Oh yeah, do it to him, do it.
Oh!
No,
Oh my
freaking
gosh!
way, dude.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Oh my gosh!
Alrighty. I think it's time. It's time to talk about the console aim, okay? Now, I know we get bad rep for how much we potato, and frankly, it's one of the reasons I think that so many people leave console because they can't seem to land that crispy headshot while using analog sticks. And frankly, I don't blame you. I mean, it can get pretty frustrating, but it's time to get console players back in the game, okay? Back at the top. For goodness sake, console players represent the majority of the community, so I think it's only right that y'all learn how to refine that potato aim. And I am talking to myself here, okay? So it's okay. But today, we're gonna demonstrate one of the best ways you can approach a gunfight and leave with the dog tags of your humiliated opponent. This method of peeking and leaning while shooting will not only help you guys get your aim locked in, but it'll help you dodge and weave your opponent's gunfire even better. So let's take a look. For the most part, controlling vertical recoil is going to be a lot easier than controlling the horizontal while strafing. When you and your opponent are moving, it can be difficult to precisely account for both movements, all while your gun is going to be bouncing all over the place. So to mitigate this and let the game do the movement for you, practice quick leaning in these situations. I can't tell you how many times I get asked if I'm using a mouse and keyboard specifically because of these movements, but rest assured, these are all controller movements. Now, disclaimer, I do use a SCUF controller, but my leans aren't mapped to the paddles. I simply press in on the left and right analog sticks like a normal controller, PS4 or Xbox. So anyone and everyone can accomplish these movements with ease. It is going to take some time and practice though, so I don't want you guys to expect to be a master at this in a week, but you do need to start developing the habit. Now, how this is accomplished is by accompanying every lean with the opposite lean. What I mean is, if you want to lean right, you need to quickly lean left first, then switch over to the right. And same for the left side. If you want to lean left, you need to quickly lean right first, followed by the left lean, because this is going to speed up that animation. The faster your reaction time with the left and right analog sticks, the faster the animation is going to be and create that snap-like feel. The reason that this is so effective is that it almost centralizes your gunfire. If you end up straying too far to the left, you can quickly snap over to the right, dragging those bullets back over across the center of where you're trying to aim. The nice thing is that this doesn't require you to flick the analog sticks over dramatically to account for the recoil. The quick lean is going to do it for you. Now, this tactic can also most effectively be used when peeking corners. Take this clip for example. As I'm running to approach the angle, I begin leaning in the opposite direction and then quickly switch my lean as I round the corner. This gives me the fastest peek possible and will hopefully cause my opponent to miss his shots. The same works for ducking behind cover. When you peek an angle, it's additionally important to quickly peek back behind an object, giving your opponent a smaller opportunity to hit you. I personally enjoy peeking like this and ducking quickly behind cover, making it one fluid motion. Now, most of you may know of the quick peek and that it's a thing for peeker's advantage and whatnot, but this video is mainly to inform you guys to use that quick leaning animation while you're just regularly shooting. This is to be used while out in the open as well when you have nothing to hide behind. Switching your leans side to side truly helps with the potato aim because you aren't having to move those analog sticks around too crazy. Besides, given that the gun is naturally going to recoil up, if you can try and centralize those bullets on a gunfight, you have a greater chance of hitting the target's head. Being able to switch between left and right while shooting is a skill and is going to take some practice. And I know most of you don't want to hear that because you expect to be a straight savage overnight, but trust me, with a little intentional awareness of how you peek and how you shoot, it can develop into a habit. So just remember, to accomplish the snap-like animation, you have to first lean in the opposite direction of where you want to go, then lead towards your desired side. You want to make sure you hit these actions as back-to-back as possible. Leaning right, then leaning left has to almost be one complete motion. As was mentioned earlier, not only does this help reduce your potato aim, but it helps you bob and weave gunfire. While it's a small difference, sometimes the slightest of movements can help throw your opponent's aim off and ensure they don't get that headshot too quickly. Now, fortunately, I am not the only one who uses this type of technique to refine my aim. My buddy Sykes also does it too and is definitely someone worth checking out. His YouTube will be at the end of the video and in the description if you'd like to check out a fellow console nut as well. This technique is definitely more higher level, but I'm confident that you guys can start adopting it into your own style of play. I love moving fast and snapping back and forth because it keeps me in the game. It keeps me aware and attentive to where I need to be looking, and it prepares me for any movement my opponents throw at me. Now, a lot of you have asked me about my sensitivity and if this aids in my ability to snap onto opponents' heads. Personally, I'm still rocking my 26, 33, 63 on PS4, and then I added the 22, 29, 63 on Xbox. Why those numbers are different from each other, I'm not entirely sure. For some reason, I felt like Xbox moved a bit faster. Maybe it was the controller, I'm not sure, but therefore I wanted a lower basic sense. As far as my ADS, I know that that's pretty high. No one really runs 63, and frankly, I'd be lying if I told y'all I never potatoed, because I do. A lot. Having high ADS is a risk, but when I feel truly on that day, it's like the best thing in the world. Having the ability to quickly lean and flick to desired locations is like a freeing experience. I don't want to be limited by a slow sense, so that's why I keep it relatively high. If you guys would like to try a higher ADS, be sure to go into a terrace hunt first and practice one tapping. This is going to be the best way for you to refine your aim because you can easily see where your first bullet is landing when you move to engage a target. You can raise and lower your ADS depending on where that first shot is landing, but do be sure to know that there is no correct sensitivity. It's all user preference and what makes you the most comfortable. So try these things out and hopefully you become a more consistent console shot. Take it easy, guys. I will see you all in the next one, and we're going to be bringing back another episode of Inside the Mind of a Diamond. So, yeah, come back and stay tuned. Take it easy, guys.